the number one fan favorite superhero of all comics, who's also Stan Lee's favorite, created in 1962 by the legendary creator of Marvel Comics. Spider-Man quite is quite a simple and very relatable character.
Yes.
He, yep, he's known for best known for web slinging and shooting, including lots of stuff, including wall crawls and excellent reflexes.
Yes. Yeah, I'm more familiar with DC, but I grew up on watching a lot of like Spider-Man and stuff. The original animated, and yeah, I like the animated versions.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, so do I.
I kind of feel like the movies all we've gotten are like origin stories, but not like delving into other villains that he's had and throughout the universe that he's been a part of.
Yep. Yeah, Spider-Man so far has had three separate film franchises.
Yeah. Uh, which one are you more fond of, the original?
My favorite was the original film trilogy.
Yeah. I think Tobey Maguire did a really good job.
Yeah, he's the best. And Sam Raimi nailed him good.
Yeah. I wasn't a big fan of Kirsten Dunst, but I did like Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, me too. Yep. And
Um,
yeah,
yeah, I did like Andrew Garfield, but in the movies, yeah, they weren't perfect, but I did like his. Um,
yeah,
Tom Holland, he's okay as Spider-Man, but he really every other movie, it's like he always had help, and this is the first one where he's kind of going solo. But it feels like all his movies just get compact with like other characters to elevate him instead of him just
mm-hmm,
standing on his own.
definitely.
Oh, what do you think of the new Spider-Man trailer?
Quite interesting. Yeah, and it looks like it'll do quite good at the box office, especially since they also finally introduced a villain who's been long overdue for a live action movie appearance for years. And that would be the Scorpion,
Mm-hmm.
who's portrayed by Michael Mando,
Okay.
who made his debut in, in Spider-Man Homecoming. And this is what he'll look like in Brand New Day. It's quite cool too. I kind of find he's kind of like based off the video games from the 2018 PS5 Spider-Man games, as well as the video game adaptation of Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Scorpion is quite a fierce one. He doesn't hold his punches back as well.
It'll hopefully give us some good action scenes.
I'm sure they will. I mean, given what was seen in the trailer and what we're about to experience with Spider-Man himself, having to deal with some certain unexpected changes related to stress and everything, kind of like he does back in the animated series from the 90s.
True, true. Yeah, it'll be nice to get away from some of the original villains, even though they were iconic. It's kind of like he has so many villains, and he just the movies just kind of stick him with whatever is deemed popular, which is fine. But it when you keep doing it in over several films, it's like it'd be nice to get different ones.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. My problem is that this iteration of Spider-Man doesn't really have a good MJ. I don't really.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. Yeah,
it's like when
yeah,
whether or not some people like Mary Jane Watson or Gwen Stacy. I was always more leaning towards Gwen Stacy, even though she had a very tragic happening in the comics. But I've always thought she was great with Peter, whereas MJ was always kind of wasn't my favorite. And the movies particularly didn't paint her in a way that was really interesting to me. So it's kind of like a pairing. But I focused. Once you put the relationships aside, I was more interested in the actual
yep,
comic, the fights and everything.
yep,
So like, I think that's probably why I like the animated series more because it felt like Bad Guy of the Week.
yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So far, there were 2 out of 3 live-action film iterations of MJ. First was Kirsten Dunst, second was Zendaya, and the third, who was cut from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, was Shailene Woodley. Obviously, because for some reason the people who were in charge didn't seem to want to bother bringing her in.
Yeah, I wonder if it's because he had a lot of good chemistry with Emma Stone, probably, so people really liked her.
Yeah, that too.
Um, they, which I really liked about the one where he was with Toby and Andrew and Tom, sorry, is that he actually, I really like that he got kind of a redemption when it came to saving MJ because he couldn't save Gwen, and I thought that was really nice.
Hmm.
But I felt like Ned and MJ were just kind of there,
Yeah,
and it's kind of like it would be kind of nice to have like if they could save other people and not just save the romance, and the friends, but it's like try to, yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that ever. All that talk over that game.
hi there, Jason.
Hello.
Hi, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for joining us
Yeah, no
again.
problem.
Yeah, today we're talking about everything there is to know about the #1 superhero of all time, which is Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, Spidey is one of my 4 Mount Rushmore uh, superheroes. One of my 4 favorites. So yeah, yeah. Even a few years ago, when I got my back pay for disability, um, I found on eBay, I bought the death of Gwen Stacy and the death of Green Goblin, Amazing Spider-Man 121, 122. Got both of those autographed. So that's like the peak of my comic collection is those 2 Spider-Man issues because that's always been one of my favorite stories. When Gwen Stacy died, that was one of the most tragic things.
Definitely.
Yeah, it was. It sure was. Of course, when they did the animated series, they kind of reworked it out with MJ being sucked into another dimension rather than
Yeah,
going. And
yeah,
of
I
course,
remember that.
yeah.
Yeah, I would
Luckily,
say.
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead first. Sorry.
Yeah, I would say definitely Gwen and Peter had, out of like all the live actions, had like definitely the most chemistry out of the casting choices.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that helped that Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone had natural good chemistry as well. So they were able to bring that to the screen.
Uh-huh. Definitely.
Yeah, I know a lot of people didn't like the Amazing Spider-Man movies, but I still enjoyed them.
Oh yeah.
You know.
They have good things about them that are still enjoyable.
Yeah.
Exactly. Fortunately, over the sometime in the 2010s era, they brought Gwen and Stacy back, but from another universe where she was the Spider Woman of the world instead of Peter. And they did it, and they did an animation, a digital animated adaptation of her in the across the in the Spider Verse animated films. And I
Yeah.
still don't, yeah, and I still don't get why they're taking so long with the third one.
Yeah, I think it was the animation for me. Like it reminded me of 3D glasses, like those old paper 3D glasses that used to give me such a headache. And I was like,
Oh, yeah.
so it's like it kind of does take me out of the animation a little bit, but I know people really enjoyed those movies.
Yep.
So I tend to like it would be nice to get a live action Spider-Gwen eventually, but
Yeah, there's too much going on right now over at these studios that they can't seem to multitask, that they're always micromanaging so much more often than multitasking. Ah, Fletcher, welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. Are you there, Fletcher?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was just going into a different. My bad. My bad. We had a little bit of a kitchen emergency with the family, and
Oh,
salmon going all over the place. But we live. Sorry about that.
yeah, it's great to have you back.
Oh, great to be here.
Yeah, we were just going over Gwen Stacy and how she went from being Spider-Man's original love interest who died in 1967 and came back in another world as the as that universe's Spider Woman.
Yeah, she's become a very popular character, especially with the kind of like new generation of you know like
Spider-Man
girl.
fan.
Yeah, like like I know I have like a lot of cousins and stuff that are younger, and they have like the little Gwen Stacy cosplay, right? Like they have the little hoodie, and it's like it's trendy, right? She's like a trendy. It's kind of like Miles Morales. All the Miles Morales suits and all that stuff is like they got on like the zeitgeist of like younger
Yeah,
readers.
they appeal to the Gen Z demographic.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah. So you said it much better. Um, it's they did do something right on this one, but it does feel like it's a different character than Gwen Stacy, though. You know, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
that's true.
Kind of
It's
like she
like
goes through a personality metamorphosis almost.
yeah, it does feel like it's a full. I mean, it's interesting when you have the characters and you give them different situations, but when the character itself, the way they make decisions feels like it changes, then now you're saying, I feel like it's a different character. With Gwen Stacy, I think it gets a pass because it's almost like she's in a different universe or something. So it's kind of like have you guys watched the new Spider-Man animation that
Yeah,
came out? Yeah, like that, right? Because people were saying, well, it's race swapping because they have like the lizards black and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, well, guys, actually it's a different universe. So it's a little bit different. So with her, I think she gets a little bit of a pass on the changing of attitude because um it's a different universe. Gwen Stacy. I mean, am I wrong? I mean,
you're not
obviously,
wrong.
I'm not much of a Gwen Stacy comic book kind of guy, but
They
no shade.
definitely they definitely give her more of a Gen Z attitude to appeal to more Gen Z viewers. Same with
Yeah,
Morlun. Same with Miles Morales a little bit.
I agree. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I haven't really read too much with the Gwen Stacy Spider-Man, whatever. What is it she called? Ghost Spider, is it, or something like that?
What is it
Uh,
called?
Or is their code name just Spider-Gwen? I don't even know her
uh,
code
most,
name.
most people I know call her Spider-Gwen, but I think it's just
Yeah,
because they identify her as Gwen.
right.
Yeah,
I guess
Yeah,
it depends. I guess it depends on what you're what you're more comfortable knowing her as. I guess I don't know.
Okay.
indeed.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much with her, but mostly from the movies.
Ghost Spider. I think that's what she's.
Yeah, that's what she's referred to
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah, Ghost Spider. Yeah, it's funny because it does sounds like a really, really hot chili pepper or something. That'd be like a good, it's like
Well, Ghost Spider does sound better than Spider-Gwen because it's like, why would you want your name as part of your identity so people can
right.
figure out who you are?
Yeah,
Well, I think it's like the moniker, right? Like Miles Morales is Spider-Man, but it's a different Spider-Man. So all the heading and the toys and everything has, you know, Miles Morales Spider-Man, and her, it's almost like she's not Spider-Woman, she's Spider-Gwen. It's almost like the name is
Yeah.
like we know it in the breaking the fourth wall, but
yeah.
in their world they're like Ghost Spider. But I still say Ghost Spider would make like a great
Yeah,
name,
yeah.
like a nacho chip or something. It's like, what are you snacking on? I got
Well, I
some
mean,
Ghost
she
Spider.
does look like a ghost, especially like if you think about how their spider abilities work.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got like a glow to it.
Very
It's
much.
funny. The only thing I can think of now is like she's got that glow, when
The magic
power
glow.
of Ghost Spider. I rewatched The
Do you
Last
think?
Dragon not too long ago, so I'm sorry for that.
Do you
Hey,
think someone?
never apologize for a good jingle.
My wife gets at me with like, that's it. That's a dad joke. That's one. You get three.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's from Miles Morales. He was introduced in the Ultimate Universe of Spider-Man right after Peter was killed by the Green Goblin with an exploding gas truck.
Mm.
Yeah, I read that issue. That was rough. Seeing Peter
Wow.
die.
Oh yeah,
What
really
year
rough.
was that?
I think it was 2009 or 11.
Funny because it's like 2009 or 11, a long time ago, and then you're thinking, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I definitely like the black and red color design. I also like what's his name that was in the second one that had the red and the blue.
Oh yeah, that's
Uh, I play him.
Spider 2099 Spider.
Yeah. Because I play him in there's a game I play with the Marvel. It's not Marvel Rivals, but Marvel Champions, and I usually play him because dang, he's completely bad A in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I win a lot of fights with him.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Miguel O'Hara in the comic, I guess. But it's Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah. Miguel is yeah, he was from the future.
Yeah. That was a
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
they
that's
had that whole bunch of series of 2099 comics. They had
Yeah,
like
I remember that.
the X-Men and Doom and
Yeah,
Punisher. And,
yeah.
that's that's the design they use for the Marvel
Yeah.
Champions. Except they have him with more of like a spider web cape in that one. It's pretty cool.
Oh, cool. It's funny because didn't DC also did like a future thing too? Remember, and then they had
Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond. Yeah, Batman Beyond, man, that needs to be. Did you guys see that video of the fans that made like a live action or something like or animation or something like that of 2099. I'm like, oh man, that is so cool. Like I wish they would
Yeah,
make that.
he's got the web cape.
Yeah, the
but
web
they
cape is
canceled
cool.
it. Yeah, but
I
it
don't know
got
why they did that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Miguel
surprised
had
they took it out.
Miguel had claws on his hands. That's how he could climb walls.
And he's like a
That was kind of
vampire.
cool.
He's also kind
Yeah,
of
I
like
remember.
a vampire.
I had the first few issues of that back in the day. I collected a little bit of 2099 way back when it first came out. Yeah,
was a
I really
weird
liked
run.
Doom.
Yeah. Yeah. Oscar Isaac did a good job voicing him. I'll give him that.
There it is.
Yeah, he's quite a serious Spider who plays hardball with others. Heck, you even seen that clip where he was telling every Spider-Man to hunt down Miles Morales just for being a threat to the multiverse. And
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, I wish we got a little bit more of him and stuff. I mean, it'd be cool to get something done with him. It's kind of baffling that Marvel has all these cool characters, and it's almost like they just want to use new characters or create ones to.
Well,
instead
if they did like a live action Spider-Verse where they had all these different Spider-Men instead of just animating it, I wonder how that would look.
Yeah, same here. Would have done it way better than what Disney's doing with Marvel, because where everything is being forced right now, because they literally have no patience like they used to back with phases 1, 2, and 3, where they had a plan and map it out. It's all because of the streaming service and how much is invested, as well as these outside forces that are really behind everything that these studios are doing. That they're messing, that they've taken their eye off the ball.
There was that animated Spider-Man where he was working with Shield and he was leading a couple of teammates, and they had Agent Venom and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I liked that one. I watched that one. That one was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that they added White Tiger too.
Him and Nova were always arguing with each other. Nova wanted to be the leader. You know, like, why are we listening to this Spider guy? What's he got that I don't got? And everyone's like, he's got class, he's got manners, like all this stuff. And yeah, that was a fun little show.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember those? Remember fun shows?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also White Tiger.
They even had an episode with Deadpool, and he wasn't the total potty mouth. It was like, oh my goodness.
Well, it's cartoons, right?
Yeah, it's like they wrote
for a kid show, they tamed it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did get Angela Del Toro and Daredevil, but Ava Ayala would have been a better choice to go with. If they were really looking for a love interest for Spider-Man, she should have been the one for him to move on to, rather than rewinding back to MJ over DEI controversy and all the political stuff that's been going on. I mean, they become too reliant on nostalgia these days. Yeah. I mean, Jenna Ortega could have, or even Yvette Monreal, who played Wildcat from the Stargirl series, would have easily pulled it off.
Oh yeah, she would have been cool. I'm actually watching that with my mom, and we both like it.
Yeah, I got into it when I first saw that Yvette Monreal appeared in the 5th Rambo movie back in 2019. Her role was not decent, given how her character was mistreated, just to use her as a plot device for Rambo to lose control of Rage. But speaking of Rage, if they had done a live-action version of Ava Ayala White Tiger, Monreal would have definitely pulled it off. Heck, even Jenna Ortega as well.
Well, that's what they're talking about, that maybe in the next Spider-Man that they were going to bring in some like street level stuff. And some of the, there's rumors and stuff that with no thing, were saying that that Jenna Ortega was supposedly thought of for playing White Tiger. So I don't know. I mean, how accurate that is. Sometimes these rumors are like source. Trust me, bro.
Yeah. Well, it would be really nice to take Spider-Man out of the Avengers and give him more Spider-Man grounded universe rather than he's always been since Tom Holland's iteration just been tied to the Avengers, and it's like,
Mhm.
well, give him time to be Spider-Man and save New York. Don't just because everything feels just handed to him until he ends up having to make his own suit, and
Yeah.
it's like he basically was Iron Boy, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what this
Yeah.
he was Spider-Man out on his own again. But then they're like, okay, well, let's throw Hulk into it. Now we got to throw Punisher into it. Now let's throw Jean Grey. It's like, okay, why don't you throw in like some of the guys that Spidey hangs out with? Throw in like Moon Knight or Night Watch or some of the street level
Mhm.
people. It's like, why you got to throw Hulk into? I mean, I love Hulk, but it's like,
Well, look at Spider-Man and Friends. You had Firestar, you had Iceman.
oh, I love
Oh
that
yeah.
cartoon back when I was a kid. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like
and I think
give him his own team.
hmm
Yeah.
yeah,
That too.
I think that's why with the rumors of Daredevil being in it, because if you see the poster, you see that it's the
Yeah.
same jail cell that Matt is in at the end of Daredevil the last season.
Yeah.
And when you see the hand coming in and him like tearing up the sword, you could tell that's literally that same cell block of So when they said that Fisk is going to be in it, of course Punisher is going to be in it. So we're probably going to get a few of the street levels. I mean, you have Tarantula there.
Yeah.
You don't get more street level than that. So that's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah, it does
This would
seem
be
like
the
they're
first time. This would be the first time we ever get to see Spider-Man
Yeah.
fight Tarantula in a
Yeah.
not just live action but in the media as well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there you go. You can't beat that. Like Jack was saying, and um, throwing in the Hulk is what it kind of tosses everything in a little different direction. I think.
Yeah,
Um,
but the problem with Mark Ruffalo is that he opens his mouth, and it's like, well, if it's just Hulk and not Professor Hulk, it'd be a different thing because that's mostly just CGI, and he doesn't really have to talk.
yeah, that's a yeah. Just anything with Mark Ruffalo is like it's like, dude, just gonna shut up. It's like it's hard to separate.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
But
Professor
yeah.
Hulk was definitely not my favorite of
oh no,
that whole part, and so it kind of took me a little bit out of uh um Endgame.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
well, come on, Mac. Don't you want tacos? Get you tacos.
No,
Yeah.
Tacos, aren't you happy? That was in the T-shirt.
hey, I like tacos.
Don't you like tacos?
Yeah. But he had shawarma. That's for sure.
That's what it was.
Well, they are shawarma is the Middle Eastern taco, so they've been pushing tacos all along. It's a conspiracy. The tacos will return in Avengers Doomsday.
I know, and they got so mad during like when they put out Blue Beetle, like talk about it became a thing. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk
They
about
got
it.
so mad at people saying talk about it. I was like, well, you guys
Yeah.
were the ones who put tacos in the movie.
Yeah, but Spider-Man did fight Hulk on his own in the comics.
Mhm.
But I don't see how it would be necessary for him to do this in a live action film like this.
No, they'll probably just keep Mark Ruffalo in as a side character and not even like make
Yeah,
make
but,
Hulk a thing.
yeah, but you know who could have really been a good main villain if they had been so stubborn and with their pride and their hubris?
Hmm.
Mr. Negative.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he made his debut in the comic that the title of the movie was named after. We were all expecting to see him as the villain after what went down in No Way Home, but for some reason, Sony just couldn't help but caved into Disney as well as these DEI focused groups that seem to be the reason they've been holding back on Mr. Negative, like they're gonna try to save him for Shang-Chi 2 or something.
Yeah.
It might be a long wait.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
if it hadn't been for the PS4 and PS5 Spider-Man games, Mr. Negative's popularity wouldn't have been well recognized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think they're worried
Unfortunately.
about the negative feedback? Nah, wah, wah, wah. Sorry, okay, that's the second dad joke, and the third one.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a good dad joke, you know?
It'd be interesting to see if they were rumors about Mr. Negative being in this movie. I don't know how much got thrown into it, because every time we keep hearing something new about the movie, we feel that something else is added. It's almost feeling like like Superman, the Man of Tomorrow Superman. Is like every time we hear something about the movie, we hear that is, oh, somebody else is going to be in it, and it's almost like, okay, that's nice, but can we just get the main hero? That's kind of what we want, We don't need all these things. They're trying to sell us extra stuff on the side.
Yeah, I hear you. Anyway,
'Cause-
Mr. Negative's got the ability to corrupt and stuff like that.
Yeah, that
Well,
would be
from the
interesting.
trailers of the Spider-Man, the new movie, he could still be in it. He could be.
Yeah,
Because they do mention that people are acting in ways that they don't usually act. So he
Yeah.
might be the secret villain that they're keeping the wraps on until we
Right.
see the movie, and then they'll be like, oh, by the way, he's in it too. Oh,
yeah.
because it
that's
kind of
why-
looks like when it showed like Boomerang and Tarantula and stuff, it kind of looks like those are like part of a montage where it's gonna
Yes.
be like, look, Spidey, he beat this guy, he beat this guy, he beat this guy
Yeah.
now, and then now here's Scorpion, and then he actually has a real fight with Scorpion, and then because they
It's almost
replicated a
feels
lot
like
of the
headlines,
covers.
right?
Yeah, because they replicated a lot of the covers in that trailer.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
replicated some classic covers, so those will probably be a montage. Maybe we'll get a little bit of a fight with him, maybe 10, 15 seconds here and there, but
Hmm.
still, it's cool. It's just I want to see more of him, being Spider-Man and less time, moping over MJ.
Yeah,
That too.
definitely. Well, it's like take it out of the melodrama and just give us Spider-Man action nonstop.
Exactly. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's check
And
out.
they need to go back to doing what Sam Raimi was doing in the film, with Spidey swinging through the city for like 30
Mhm.
seconds in
Yeah.
every movie like that, because that was perfect. I loved that.
Passing an American flag, the biggest one you got.
Yes.
Well, it's
Yep.
like it would be cool if he was like swinging around and he senses like all these different villains,
Yeah.
like one after the other, and it's like that's just how he stays busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here's a boss battle between Spider-Man and Mr. Negative to show what the villain's capable of with his abilities.
Finally.
Sorry I'm late. It's kind of my thing.
Spider-Man's on island time.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Why are you doing this?
Paying off an old debt.
See what he's doing there? Yeah, he's sucking the life out of it and their powers out of two of his goons to make himself stronger. Now that would have been really cool.
And if I'm not mistaken, because Mr. Negative is like an Asian character, right? Because I always thought it was like, because when I first saw him, I'm like, what's this dude? Like, is Mr. Rourke a villain now? It's like,
Yeah.
because he's like, he's wearing that clean white suit.
Yeah. Like, yeah. They did a really good job with him in this game.
Better keep my distance for now.
Wow.
That didn't work. Better wait for an opening.
Oh,
Yeah, I bought myself a PlayStation 4 just so I could play this game.
dang, he's like a powerhouse.
His guard's down.
Dang. Wow. Uh-oh. Shockwave.
Looks like he's getting tired.
Man, that train looks like
Yeah, and they'd be remiss not to use him since his power is really flashy. You can see like the waves of negative energy kind of flowing in, and it's basically something that would be easy to animate. With the new digital effects stuff, because basically he kind of warps the area around him, so it almost feels like it'd be like a cheap special effects to do with the even like Unreal Engine. It's just it's it's a warp of energy and dark matter. Oh, I mean that would be pretty sweet to replicate. So it's
definitely
not like
would have been sweet.
right, like yeah,
Absolutely.
Well, he's basically like a different version of Rogue, where he can.
yeah.
Yeah, but he's kind of like the positive and negative energy feeder.
Yeah.
And he has the powers to corrupt people too with his powers.
So he's
Yeah,
a politician.
Yeah.
Gotta wait for an opening.
He got his powers from a deadly element called the devil's breath. It was experimented on him when he was after migrating all the way from Asia into the United States. Yeah, Martin Lee was also over time when Martin Lee learned to harness his powers, he used it to build his own criminal empire called the Inner Demons, who are the main bad guy forces in the game as well.
You're sick. Let me help you, Martin.
Oh my God. Wow.
Well, there's web in your eye.
Yeah. Now that was quite cool, seeing how he
Yeah.
shoved him off one train car into another moving car. Ah.
I don't want to hurt you. Nothing can hurt me. Not anymore.
Wow.
Nice.
No brakes? No problem.
Oh, sure, stopping a train. This is just a Tuesday for Spider-Man.
It totally worked last time. Yuri, you still doing construction on 42nd First?
Street's closed for another month. Why?
Dang. Wow. Look at that. Stopping a train from hitting another car.
That's one way to do it.
Next stop, prison.
Yeah, that was that was quite cool. You have to give it to the developers of that game that the people over at Sony worked on back then. It's a pity that things started to downgrade as soon as management started changing up quite fast. Now we come to Spider-Man Noir, Nicolas Cage's Spider-Man. This is the second character Nicolas Cage did in a Marvel movie that was under Sony's authority after playing Ghost Rider in two live-action films based off the character. Yeah, Spider-Man Noir is kind of a darker version of Spider-Man that's set in the 1930s to fight Nazi-inspired supervillains, including criminals who are undergoing secret experiments on.
In the
Yeah,
series,
I watched.
we got pretty good reviews and stuff. It's so hopefully, I think they were talking about maybe getting a second season and stuff to where they're going to explore some more of the kind of noir characters, which are kind of cool. The the universe that they created for it.
Yep. Yeah, it would definitely be cool. Better than most of what Disney's been putting out on their streaming platform.
Yeah, seems to be doing pretty well. I've seen a lot of good positive reviews on it.
Uh-huh.
Like definitely better than Madam Web and Morbius and and Crazy.
More of a time.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they made movies based on some of Spider-Man's supporting characters. I mean, that's what people like, right? It's not Spider-Man people like; it's the people that help him.
Ah, Tiny, you made it. Welcome
Yeah.
back. It's
Well,
great to
thank
see you
you.
again.
Thank you. I did hear what you guys were saying, and yeah, I actually was watching. I've been watching Spider Noir with Common Nerd. It's really good.
Yeah, it is good. Yeah, Nicholas Cage did well as Spider-Man Noir, even though he's not 100% perfect.
hmm
Yeah, this came off.
Well,
off
he really pulls across one of the big things from the comics, and the few times he shows up in like the animated series. Spider Noir is a much more adult version. This isn't Peter Parker. This isn't the kid who was picked on who then got superpowers. This is an older man who doesn't get the powers until after an experiment during the war. And he's really, really a very different character than Peter Parker.
Yeah, it's almost like a mix between Captain America and Batman.
Yeah. In some ways, it's a bit more like that. He just that the powers he's using, instead of having super soldier powers, they're spider powers. But he's not. I mean, all the other spider people that have existed, like whether you do Spider-Gwen or I'm blanking on his name, the kid from Harlem who took over that just had the movie.
Miles Morales.
Yes, Miles Morales, or other versions of spider characters you see, they almost all have this youthful innocence. They're very funny, they're very intelligent, but there's this young, somewhat naivete that comes with almost all of those spider characters, going all the way back to Peter Parker just being a damn good human being and not really seeing the evil that exists in many men and women.
Yeah.
Spider Noir is very different.
Yeah.
He knows the darkness that he's a little bit like the Shadow, who knows what darkness hides in the thoughts of men, in the minds of men. The Shadow knows. He's very Shadow-like.
Yeah, he reminds me of.
Batman was based on the Shadow to some degree, so saying that he feels Batman-like does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, he reminds me of DC's The Shade a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And I love Felicia Harding. I love Black Cat. She was one of my favorite anti-heroes, but I don't think the woman they have playing Cat Harding is in any way like Felicia Harding, personally.
Yeah, the actress who plays her in the series is said to hail from Shanghai.
Yeah, well, it's not even just that. It's not just that she's not Felicia. She's an Asian woman. but she doesn't feel like Black Cat at all. Yes, she's sexy. Yes, she's female and she's got the spider interested, but that's about as close as a similarity as you get. Felicia had a very specific personality. She was a very unique character. And I don't think that the lounge singer diva just captures it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like
Yeah.
if you're gonna create characters that people are familiar with, make them almost one for one for the characters that they do like.
Yeah,
Indeed.
I would agree with that. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome.
Yeah.
The one interesting thing is, so far in the Spider Noir TV show, one of the villains they've used is I'm not even ever gonna call him a villain from Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery. Is they've been doing the Lizard, which is in Peter Parker's role is Doc Connors, who's a good man, who's a scientist who's trying to regrow limbs for people who've lost them and became amputated. Then he gets a little too far into the serum and shit goes wrong. In this, the Lizard is someone who is experimented on, but he's this unbelievably good man. He has a good heart. He's trying to do the right thing. And that's one of the few things I felt really transferred from who the Lizard is for Peter Parker and who the Lizard is for Spider Noir.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Lizard's been quite is one of the most fascinating enemies of Spider-Man. It's a shame they didn't make him have any jaws like this, that they had to make, that they wouldn't extend them in the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Well, it's like they made his body very more lizard-like, but that face just looked too humanoid.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, very human.
I mean, the body is a good design. I just think that the face had been a little, like you guys said, more extended.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's interesting also because Lizard goes from being a man with one arm to a two-armed, two-legged, and tailed character, and he's very good at using all of those appendages. I was always very surprised by that. Dude has never had a tail before, and he knows how to use it very well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's part of the lizard instinct.
Yeah. It's always the thing and it's always the thing that gets Spider-Man, like, he always forgets about the tail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spidey grabs both of his hands. He's like, haha, got you now. And then boom, gets hit with the tail.
Yeah.
Like, oh, forgot about that.
Yep.
Which kind of plays into the naivety of Spider-Man a little bit, because it's like he's never had to deal with something like this.
Yeah, well, and Peter Parker knows that Doc Connors is a good man, so he tries to treat the Lizard like Doc Connors, and the truth is, when he's in that form, he doesn't really have the same mind, so it doesn't tend to work out a lot. But every once in a while, he's gotten through to him, and you'll see the Lizard go from doing whatever he's doing to, no, Spider-Man's right, I gotta help Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's kind of what I enjoyed about. That's kind of what I enjoyed about that Spider-Man movie, is that he treated the Lizard as a human still.
Yeah.
Even though he was trying to stop him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we come to Scream, who was also one of Spider-Man and Venom's enemies, who started out as a lab experiment at a place called the Life Foundation. She was formerly she was a Latina known as Donna Diego, who managed to maintain her persona Scream since 93, 94, all the way up to 2012, where she was killed by Eddie Brock. And then the Scream symbiote ended up hopping to multiple different hosts like Patricia and stuff. And here in the video game Spider-Man 2 PS5, she has been depicted as MJ having been corrupted and taken over by Harry, who is under the Venom symbiote's influence.
Oh, wow.
I'll admit, I never could. I saw some of the very earliest Venom stuff, and then I don't remember any of the symbiote issues at all. I don't remember half the characters that are connected to them or anything else. I just remember the very first Venom.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I have the comic where she was first introduced, because she
Oh,
was first
cool.
introduced. She was first introduced with like 4 other symbiotes. There was a total of 5 of them, wasn't there?
Gotcha.
There
Yeah.
was like there was like a green one, and there was like another black one, and yeah, I have the comic. Yeah, I bought that way back when that came out, and I was like, oh great, Spidey's got 5 more symbiotes to deal with. That was before they started with that was way before Planet of the Symbiotes and all that stuff started.
But I have to say, looking at the image, it's classic 90s, absolutely gorgeous and completely unrealistic hair.
Yes. Yep.
She's got that Rapunzel hair.
Yeah, you can tell by
Like,
that
how
hair
do you
that
fight
that's
with all that?
90s.
I don't think it's possible.
I think she used it as a weapon. It was part.
There
That was
you
one
go.
of her hair was one of her weapons she would use, kind of like Medusa from the Inhumans.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because yeah, those symbiotes, those were fierce. Spidey. That was one of the very first times that Spidey and Venom had to team up. I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
If I remember correctly, I haven't read it in years. But yeah, that was pretty cool.
Kind of would be nice to get like Spider-Man versus like all the symbiotes and have that would be a good reason to bring Tom Hardy back in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, also it's interesting because later Spider-Man, I don't know if it happened in the comics, but I know it happened in I'm pretty sure it was the Ultimate Spider-Man animated universe. There's a version of Venom where he becomes an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
the one we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
He
And
He
it's kind of
becomes
like,
Agent Venom.
yeah, he goes as
Yep.
Agent Venom. And it's like, so it'd be interesting to see if they could come up with a movie that gave us a good reason to have Tom Hardy come back and make Venom a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but
by that time, isn't he Flash Thompson? It's Flash Thompson has
Yeah,
the
that's the Flash Thompson
the
Venom.
symbiote.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
the original starts with a B.
Eddie Brock.
Yeah, Eddie Brock. Thank you.
Yeah. I know it's like trying to remember all these names. You know, Scorpion, freaking Mac Gargan had the symbiote for a while, and it's like, oh my goodness, how many hosts does this guy have to have?
yeah, it's insane too. Yeah, Venom's become very addictingly popular since '88.
Have
And
you
the-
guys seen... Oh, sorry. Continue. Finish.
Oh yeah, Venom's become super popular since his debut in the late '80s comics, and since introducing Carnage, he's even gotten more popular, as well as Carnage himself. I mean,
Yeah.
man, and then they had him jump from Eddie Brock to more multiple hosts. I mean, wow. I mean, yeah, even Gargan as Venom was the Venom from the Avengers Alliance online game too.
Oh yeah.
Have any of
Yeah.
you guys seen the new Spider-Man trailer? The Tom Holland trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, supposedly there's a scene where I saw it, but he's fighting someone. And he says, "Do you really want to do the Scorpion?" And the guy goes, "You think I'm Scorpion?" But he's using Scorpion's tail. So who the fuck else could he be?
Right. Yeah, he's definitely Scorpion because of the tail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks quite cool. The pity that they didn't do Marvel Legends version of his character, but they did a smaller yet deluxe size version of him.
They almost did more of like a Doc Ock version of Scorpion in them.
Mm.
Yeah, and the tail is quite big too. It's almost
Yeah.
like a concept version or some kind of prototype, but I'm sure this version of this suit he's wearing takes inspiration from the video game adaptation of Spider-Man 3 along with that from the PS4 and PS5 Spider-Man games. Like this one down here.
Yeah.
It would pretty cool if they adapted Spider-Man with, like I said, his own S.H.I.E.L.D. team, like bring in Agent Venom, bring in I keep thinking of Wildcat, but White Tiger.
Yeah.
And then of course you got Nova and all that. Just bring those guys in. Iron Spider.
Cloak and Dagger.
Yep.
Oh, Cloak and Dagger.
Including Luke Cage and Iron
Yeah.
Yep.
That would just be like not even a series. I would want a cool movie with that.
They didn't do a good job with Defenders, but I did like the idea that they were building up the old street heroes,
Mm-hmm.
not people who are saving the world from aliens, not interdimensional whatevers.
Not
People
joining the Avengers, just their own team.
Yeah, people just on the street in Hell's Kitchen, in Harlem, in Brooklyn, in Queens, people who were taking care of their neighborhoods, people who were doing their shit for the people around them. And I like that they were bringing back street heroes, and then they were going to join them together because sometimes all the street heroes in New York need to get together because the Avengers are off planet or something.
Yeah.
And it was just, I would like the idea they were going with. I just wish they hadn't fumbled it so badly when they actually did it.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting tired of all the alien invasion type stuff with Marvel right now.
There was a point in comic book history where it seems like if they weren't giving you a completely existential threat, there just wasn't enough like serious, like they kept going bigger and bigger and bigger. They couldn't, there was a point where a lot of the comic writers just couldn't seem to accept that smaller stories and more character driven stories were just as good as the big intergalactic everything stories.
They do that with DC now too, and it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, kind of shoehorning other characters who don't belong in the standalones into another movie. It's kind of been touching nerves lately. But how many of you are familiar with Tombstone?
I know about the town.
Yeah, Tombstone is said to be one of the villains for this movie, played by the same guy who voiced him in the PS Spider-Man games.
Interesting.
He also played Tobias Whale from Black Lightning.
And he's playing a character called Tombstone in the new movie.
That's correct, Tiny. Yeah,
I don't remember this character at all.
I know him. I've known him since watching the animated Spider-Man show from the 90s. You know.
Yeah, that's how I...
He was voiced by Florian Harewood. Yeah, he was a friend of...
That's how I know Tombstone. Oh.
I did watch that animated show, and for some reason, I just do not remember this person.
Yeah, Tombstone hasn't been much of an A-lister until up until now, of course. Since time moved on and some of the B-list and C-listers became more popular moving forward as time went on. Unlike most superhero comics where Hollywood is against going in deeper into cosmic and mystical sci-fi fantasy, all in favor of boring grounded stuff like we see out of Nolan's Dark Knight Rises movie and stuff. But Tombstone, he's quite a real bruiser too, and quite comical bound.
The angry drug lord drank alone. There's a poem in there somewhere.
You know better than me. Never was the literary type.
Oh.
How'd you even manage to get the lead?
I'm top of my game. I don't go knocking. People find me.
Yeah, I haven't read too many comics that had Tombstone in it. I mainly know him from the 90s cartoon.
Wouldn't feel it. Wonder if the counter drug would work on it.
Boys, get in here! You remember the last time we did this dance?
Hurts when it rains, but otherwise dandy. Sweet to get at. Can't use the counter drug to take out Tombstone's gang. So flattered. But the exploitation of suffering thing gives me pause. Need to clear out his men before I try the counter drug. crazy. You have your marketing department cook that name up?
I am the marketing department.
Yeah. Spider-Man and the marketing department. Hi, Magically MJ. Howdy. Yeah, let's get the bring the counter drug in. Ah. We induced him with the counter drug. Oh, now he's going Ghost Rider on it.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Oh, you know, articulated deblocking agent. Huge.
Tombstone.
He's exhausted. Time to end this.
I think I remember this fight.
Is my tongue supposed to feel funny?
Oh, yeah, totally. 100% normal. I think.
Wow.
Someday, Lonnie, I want to find you doing good. Running a soup kitchen or something.
Soon a suitcase, I'm in.
Toothpaste.
End of the day, this is what I love. Great fight, great challenge.
You and I are very different people.
Oh.
Can we say your crazy drug lord days are done? Please?
Sure. For now. Hell of a run, though.
Not quite how I describe it.
Wow.
That's new.
He broke.
Too much to hope you'll be taking it easier now that you're, mortal?
Not a chance. Threat of death just ups the thrill.
Yeah.
Hell of a left hook. Can't wait for the rematch.
I can.
Yeah, he sure can.
Yeah, I don't think a whole lot of people are going to go to a soup kitchen run by a guy named Tombstone, though.
Yeah.
Reformed rogues make the best characters.
Yeah, they sure do. Even
Oh yeah, definitely.
But you would not, if you went to a soup kitchen run by a man named Tombstone, you would not have to worry while you were there. You would be very safe in a soup kitchen run by a man named Tombstone.
Yeah, but you'd always wonder if he was secretly poisoning you, though, because I mean, his name's Tombstone, so it's like, what are you feeding us here?
Yeah. Yeah, and you're screaming.
He'd be running drugs out of the soup kitchen.
Yeah, Venom, voiced by the late Tony Todd. He died 2 years ago, the day after the film.
Yeah, see, I don't have this game because I don't have a PlayStation 5.
I do. My parents.
Yeah, that's what kind of upsets me is I got Final Fantasy VII and Spider-Man, but now if I want to get the sequels to those two games, I got to buy another game system. Okay? Sony sucks sometimes.
Yeah, they do. Especially since they can't stop upsetting their customers lately, as I've heard them do a lot lately. That they're really rattling. They even rattled 3 countries into suing them too. There's Scream.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Let her go.
Funny thing though, Scream's face is usually black like the comics, but it's kind of good to see that it's more red than black. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't believe they never even bothered to bring her in for Venom: The Last Dance, since they solved the blackface problem. Unless, of course, they're just using it as an excuse to get out of doing the characters.
But wasn't she like teased at the end?
I think so. But for some reason she never showed up. But the one you saw from the Last Dance movie was Agony, a purple one. Scream just never showed up.
Have her.
Too late.
Now, Scream is kind of like the Banshee symbiote because of her hair and her abilities.
MJ, just talk to me.
I'm done talking. Done begging for validation. From you. From anyone.
Validation? If this is about your job.
It's about me. Hey! Not my job or this stupid house.
Yeah, I don't even remember that third Venom movie very well.
About me.
Yeah.
MJ,
I didn't see it.
You stay out of this. I'm finally in
The
control.
only thing I remember clearly was when the symbiote bonded with that horse.
Oh yeah,
That was kind of ridiculous, but it was like, all right,
Yeah.
whatever.
even more ridiculous with the fish and the frog.
Oh yeah.
Didn't MJ eventually end up as the symbiote queen? Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah, but she was actually Carnage Queen in that Ultimate Spider-Man anime series. But
Okay.
here I like that she's actually
yeah.
Scream instead of Carnage, because if she was really Carnage, that could have really done more damage to this game than
Yeah.
what.
Gotcha. Okay.
don't want to hurt her. Don't let it control you.
You always patronize us.
Yeah, and what you hear. Yeah,
Make it stop. Make it stop.
yeah. Sound is the weakest.
Oh,
the
the car alarm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
car alarms are good use of sound waves to induce on an alien, as well as electricity, fire, as well as the Hulk.
We don't like sound and fire.
Look at what you're doing. This isn't control.
I'm in complete control. Wait. What's happening to me?
Yeah.
Ow!
Oh,
Dang.
Yeah, that would have broken his spine.
Yeah, I would have.
Don't listen to those voices. They aren't telling the truth. I heard them too. I know how it feels.
Always about you. You can't keep the job. You can't pay the mortgage.
I have a job with Harry.
Can't pay a
It'll be
mortgage or a
okay.
job.
For how long? There's only one job you care about. Spider-Man.
It's not fair. People need me. You know that.
What would the city do without Spider-Man? Look how it's doing with you.
Yeah.
What would the city do without Spider-Man? Look how it's doing with you.
I can still fix this. I always do. We always do.
I always come second. I live in your shadow where my dreams turn to dust.
If you want a great Spider-Man story and you don't mind actually reading,
What do you?
Jim Butcher did Spider-Man: Darkest Hours. It's a Marvel novel. I had no idea they did that. They gave great authors chances to write small novels about Marvel characters, and it's amazing. It is one of the best adult Spider-Man stories I've ever read in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, that'd be cool to read too, Tiny. And here's another female Spider-Man villain who hasn't exactly made her live-action movie appearance yet. who we all thought was going to be played by Sadie Sink before the Jean Grey rumors kept pumping out nonstop. This is Shathra. She's one of Spider-Man's ultimate predators, and and one who existed as who's been around since the dawn of time as an Egyptian goddess of the shadows.
A little bit like Apocalypse.
Yeah, but not as powerful as Apocalypse.
No, but I mean, like being around since that time, type of thing.
Absolutely. She made her Spider-Man comic debut in 2002, right after the release of the first live-action Spider-Man film.
Interesting.
Shathra even touched a nerve on Spider-Man and pulled off quite an impact on his normal life, as well as his relationship with MJ when she came into his universe to hunt him down. Yeah, would have been cool too.
Mm-hmm.
She's insectoid?
Well,
or am I just thinking that from the image I'm seeing?
She's actually based off a spider wasp.
So still insectoid.
Yeah, an insectoid.
Like mandibles and outer chitinous layer and all that stuff.
Yeah. Shathra even had it. Yeah, definitely. Spider-Man had to team up with this guy called Ezekiel to help stop her. You know, the same guy that was used as the villain for Venom.
Yeah,
the
Madam Web guy.
Yeah, total misuse of the character.
Didn't they have to overdub it because he was a foreigner or something?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. They say that she's better than Kang the Conqueror because of her role as a multiversal threat.
Shit.
Yeah, she wanted to rebuild the universe in her own image, as the hive of Shathra, her great nest. There, my work is done, and an imperfection hidden away from the first thread. Yeah, she's definitely.
I never understand all these people that want to reimagine the universe in their image. I've never understood this desire. I do not want an entire universe of me running around. That would just not be good for anybody.
No, it wouldn't.
Well, it plays into the whole narcissistic desire that some of these villains have.
And proof that none of them are serious about, in any way, self-reflection. Yeah. Because if you had actual self-reflection, you know your bad tendencies, and you know you do not want billions of yourself running around.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of narcissism. They don't believe they're bad.
Like
this chick.
They have no self-awareness.
Yeah, she believes that she's good, and everyone else needs to do what she says because she's the best person in the universe. That's why she wants to remake everything in her image, so everyone worships her.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. She even. Her origin revolves around her jealousy of her younger sister being a chosen one, and even though she,
that brings a whole nother layer to it.
Yeah, even though she contained her outburst and praised her sister for her job, she ended up being consumed by her jealousy, and became this evil witch of a spider wasp entity.
Oh yeah, because her new form reflects her resentment toward not being favored.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shathra.
Yeah, it's in some ways it's actually harder on narcissists than anyone else to not be chosen.
Yeah. She's also considered an enemy that comes from the astral plane.
It's funny because she was supposedly one of the characters that rumored that Sadie Sink was going to play in the Spider-Man, the new one.
Yeah, exactly.
It was rumored and stuff, and I was like, "What?" It's because usually we don't really get obscure villains. They want to go with somebody
everyone is familiar with.
Yeah, that's been before, which we we kind of like new villains, but they kind of want like, nah, son.
They play it safe that way.
Yeah.
Like, because it's like, well, these characters are more ubiquitous than they are obscure, and so people will have more familiarity with it. But there's a lot of like desire, I think, among fans to want something different, so they're kind of going back to what is obscure, so that it's something fresh.
I always felt the danger with letting them do the obscure characters is they're more likely to mess with the character, the personality.
Yeah.
More likely to mess with like, oh, well, not so many people know this. We'll just use this as a platform to push XYZ. It's like,
they do that plenty of times, especially.
I'm like, no, thank you.
Well, they're doing that. I mean, they're doing that with established characters.
Yeah, which is worse. But I mean, it used to be with established characters, they'd be relatively safe. But even when those were safe, the obscure characters, they were more happy to try to use to their own devices, shall we say. You're right. Now they'll do that to anybody.
Yeah. Now
they go back into certain comics and story runs to cherry pick, so they can change things into what they really like, whether or not it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think they cherry pick it based on aesthetics, like, oh, that character looks really cool, I'm gonna take it. It's the character lore's we don't need the lore, I'll make it all up myself. Like, no, if you steal a character because you like the look, you still have to know who they were.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of it is also because of the, they don't want to pay the creators of the character. Look at Namor. They did not want to pay the creators of Namor, so they changed the whole Atlantis, because they just don't want to pay them. They'll change the costume of Superman, every new Superman, just so they can not pay the creators of Superman. It's it's like,
how does it make sense that they're paying people $60 million to play some of these characters, but they can't cough up a couple tens of thousands of dollars to pay the guys who actually created these things and then therefore do them right?
Because they hate that fans go back to these. They even say, we're not going to follow the comic. And they don't tell actors, do not read the comic.
Yeah, I know that's happened a few times in the last 10 years, but even before that, to some degree, it's they do all sorts of shit just to not have to pay the creators, and it's like, you're paying these actors insanely stupid salaries for shit that they're not really worth. And yet you won't pay the people who actually did the actual work to create these characters and get them attention and fans and respect. It's just, it's so backwards brained. I just...
Yeah,
I like Robert Downey Jr. I think he's a good actor. On top of some of the Marvel people, I don't think are good actors. But him, I think, is actually a very good actor. And I think he seems to be a pretty cool version of Tony Stark. And he has a lot of personal demons that help him understand Tony Stark. But the motherfucker ain't worth $60 million. I'm sorry. No.
$200 million.
Sorry, $600 million. $600 million. Or 60. No, I thought it was 60.
Well, it's
back thing, and he gets attachment to the thing, to the movie.
Oh, he's getting off.
Yeah, and plus the tent and a private jet. And they could have gotten Miles Mickelson to pay the character. That was who they originally wanted for Doom. It's like, dude, you could have saved hundreds of millions of dollars and gotten just as good of an actor.
And I'm sorry, some of the other actors to come back so they can keep this whole thing working the way they want it to work. They're paying not just Robert Downey Jr., a lot of them, they're paying them obscene amounts of money. And most of the actors don't care about these characters anymore. No, so maybe back in the 2010s, you were getting a really amazing version of this character. In 2026, you're getting someone who just doesn't care about the character as much. You're not going to get as good. You're not going to get as good a job done, and you're paying them these obscene amounts of money when you could have been putting that money towards creatives or other things to actually make sure people will like it and therefore pay you money.
Yes.
The whole point of this is to make money.
Yeah, this has been going on since Superman 3.
Then they have the chance to create this whole universe of alternative universes And instead of going back and recasting everyone with younger actors and newer actors or whatever, cheaper actors, they just like, oh no, we're going to keep the same older actors and just get more older actors to reprise their role. And it's like, what?
I think because go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was just like, are there no up and coming stars? Are there no young actors?
Not really
Hungry
the good
to
ones.
get a role, hungry to create something. I don't understand why we're like everyone who gets hired is over 50.
Jacob Elordi would make a great Captain America. He would make a great Thor. So it's like, what are you talking about?
I even think that Glenn Powell would make a pretty good Captain America.
Yeah, he would make a good Captain America.
Yeah, he would have.
And he's popular among fans, so that would be a plus.
Yeah. But I would say get good unknown actors because nobody's coming to see the actor. Everybody's coming. It's like Robert Downey Jr. Oh, they're coming to see Robert Downey Jr. play Iron Man. No, son, we're coming to see Iron Man. You're just like, hey, you got lucky.
Well, I think they realized they made a mistake. I think they realized that.
I'm so sorry.
You're fine. I think they realized that they made a mistake when they kind of killed off Iron Man. Yes, it was a sad, good send-off for Iron Man, but I think they probably felt like maybe they made a mistake in the popularity, so they're trying to bring it back to bring that popularity back because they probably feel like without Robert Downey Jr. they got nothing. Because look at the actors they have right now. Nobody likes them. They're awful people.
Yeah, they should have considered.
Like Robert Downey Jr. was an amazing Iron Man. He used his own personal demons, shit he's gone through, and he made that character feel.
He is basically Tony Stark
to a certain degree.
He's basically Tony Stark.
Yeah, but on top of that, and they gave him a good send off, and it was perfect. Except suddenly they remembered that the character that sewed all of the early movies together was Iron Man. You needed to create another central link, and they never did that. You need a central link that keeps all of them together.
And look at Tom Holland. Tom Holland is not the is not the most well-known actors. I don't think I've ever seen. I didn't see anything with Tom Holland in it until Spider-Man. So it's
I think that was his big break. Actually,
that's what I'm saying. You get somebody like a Tom Holland. He's a young actor. He's a pretty good actor. He's very athletic and all that kind of stuff. You get somebody like that and you reboot it.
I mean, his earliest movie was the one he did where they were in India and they had the flood or the tidal wave that came in.
I remember that one. That was
that was one. He was really good in that actually.
But nobody's like, oh, I'm going to go see the new Tom Holland movie. It's like, oh, he got cast as Spider-Man. Oh, he looks cool as Spider-Man. That was it. So
he's more memorable. He's more memorable as Spider-Man. Even with Odyssey, it's like,
it's like, oh, look, here's Spider-Man in the Odyssey.
The very inconsistent accents in that entire trailer. Just
I'll admit, I don't have anything against Tom Holland playing Spider-Man. I think he actually plays Spider-Man relatively well in general. But I haven't actually enjoyed his Spider-Man movies because for me, one of the main things that makes Spider-Man is his brain. He's in the comics, in the original comics, when he didn't have the web naturally, he created his web shooters. He figured out the formula. He made his own suit. He did, all of this was, yes, he got spider powers, but the thing that made the spider powers work, the thing that made Spider-Man powerful was his brain.
Yeah, because with Tom Holland, he was kind of given.
He was handed the suit by fucking Tony, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Which is, even though the Andrew Garfield movies weren't that great, I still liked that he designed his own web shooters, and he designed his own suit. And we didn't get a comic book accurate Spider-Man when it came to Tom Holland until when he finally makes his own suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But he made his own suit using Iron Man's technology.
Yeah, Even though
But I mean, like when they like strip that away and he actually has to not
Oh.
depend on the, he actually makes his own, and then he leaps out the window.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that very
I
first
think
one.
this new movie is him with a totally new suit that he made himself because
Yeah,
now
it looks
he's
great.
truly being just a regular neighborhood Spider-Man.
And it looks great. I actually like, for me, when he had Tony's technology, for me, it just was very too reminiscent of Iron Spider. And I was
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
and I like Iron Spider. It would have been cool to finally get Iron Spider.
Well,
yeah,
supposedly
and
whenever
Stark was supposed to be this like this idea that Peter Parker, Stark was so intelligent. He made so many inventions that did so much. He wanted like Spider-Man fanboys over Tony Stark, not even over Iron Man, over Tony Stark, and you never got that in the movie. I didn't feel like that. Like you didn't get this like I want to be able to invent as many things as you do. I want to do these things for the world.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like there was too much Ned and MJ to really let Peter Parker be Peter Parker in a way. He was always more like, oh, relationship 1, relationship 2, friends, boy in a chair. And it's like, can we just let Peter Parker be Peter Parker for a little bit before we make him with all these other people?
Yeah.
Like, just let him go solo. And so that's kind of what we're getting finally with this movie, but just let him be solo.
But we're actually not getting that with this movie. We're getting him with a bunch of other stuff that Marvel wants to sell, which I think that was kind of like part of the complaint is that they know that Spider-Man's the most successful character that they have that hasn't been controversial in a sense of up and down. And they're kind of bloating it and stuff. I'm worried that the bloat. I mean, I think still is going to make a ton of money. I mean, I think it's got, insane amount of pre-sales already. So there's no way it's going to fail.
The bloat kind of does.
Unless there's a giant drop off. If people come out of it and say it sucks, there might be a giant drop off after the first week.
Yeah, but even if it's like, let's say it sucks, like it's only 60% good. I mean, it's Spider-Man, everybody gonna go see it, 5-6 times, even if it's mid, and just for
I don't see people doing that in the same anymore. Like money's tight. If something's mid or it sucks, people are not going back to the theaters. I don't think the same way. And I know parents definitely aren't. If like your 13 or 14-year-old you went and saw it and you hated it or you didn't think it was good and your 14 goes, I want to go back, you're not paying for that. You're not giving them the money to see that movie again.
Right.
I mean, I think the only thing that's got going for it is that there is nothing like else for like families to go to. It's like everything's rated R, everything's like a horror movie, so if you want to go to the, want to just take the kids, I mean, the Latino parents, that's, we got like a big, huge family. Most of the time, like, hey, Sunday after church or something, after eating, everybody goes to the movies, no matter what's playing, if it's something that's allowable to play. And we make, I think, like 40% of the movie box office from the first weeks, and they'll go see it a couple times, even if it's, mid. So I think the money's in the bank for this one. I just hope that they don't take the bloated, message, but come on, we're getting Doomsday, so that's gonna be crazy.
I know a lot of people who loved the other Spider-Man live action movies and other people that love these characters that have just fucking given up. I mean, I'm not going to the theater. I'm not giving my money to. I refuse to give my money or my eyeballs to almost any of this shit for the last 5 years. And I mean,
speaking of.
I just, and I know other people who agree with me. And unless someone I know and trust comes out and says, this is freaking amazing, you should see it, there's a lot of us that are just saying, hell no.
Yeah, here's another interesting villain that could have also worked in the live-action Spider-Man movies if people at Sony hadn't been rushing everything with Madam Web all of a sudden. And this villain is called Morlun. He's what you would call an inheritor, a multiversal vampire that hunts spiders for their totems to feed on.
Oh, well, if you like him, you will really like the Jim Butcher book.
Yeah, Morlun looks like Morbius, but he's not. Doesn't have that. But he's but he's kind of a more handsome version of Morbius, if you ask me.
Hey.
Yeah.
It's vampire.
Yeah, eventually, if they ever do more Spider-Man team-ups, like, one, take him away from the Avengers, and I think the S.H.I.E.L.D. angle would be a nice touch.
Yeah, what happened to S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah.
It became irrelevant, I guess.
We had a whole series to show that. Y'all could lived off that for a while. They weren't really that expensive to make, and you could have had
if they
Spider-Man.
did, if they wanted to do the Young Avengers, but like keep it more within S.H.I.E.L.D., they could have definitely done Spider-Man, and definitely gave him his own team. Eventually, introduced Agent Venom, having White Tiger and Nova and Iron Fist, and just kind of bring in all that.
Where's my Squirrel Girl? He promised me Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel
Girl, I want my Squirrel Girl.
Yeah, bring in Squirrel Girl.
I was born and raised in New York. I know how dangerous those squirrels are.
Squirrel, like the penguin said.
Weren't they doing the Squirrel Girl though? And then they kind of just
they were doing.
Yeah, they were doing. It was. I think she was going to be in the second season of Miss Marvel or something.
Yeah.
They were setting her up, and then she just. It all
they
just went. Poof.
it.
Yep. They were setting her up, and then they just set her up.
It was like they were talking about her a whole bunch, and then they just stopped.
Right.
There was just no more information.
Yeah.
And I was really pissed too, because Squirrel Girl is one of the characters that you want body positivity. Squirrel Girl is a thick girl. She got some serious curves and a big bushy tail, and you could like seriously go. And she.
Whoa! It's a family show.
She's one of the most confident, most self-assured, most happy fucking characters in all of Marvel. Like, you could have had someone who's big, beautiful, and loves being herself, and we didn't. We get nothing.
Yeah.
Where's your body positivity, Hollywood?
China's on a mission.
Yeah.
Hashtag save Squirrel Girl.
They're too busy putting it in Odyssey right now.
Yeah, so many things. It's like Marvel's Katie. We got Marvel's Katie we can't get Squirrel Girl. Way to go. That's good thing.
Yeah. Or our happy Banshee Katie from Hold My DualShock. Yeah, I admire Katie a lot for her passion for things, and as well as her charisma.
Yeah, they're not really making a whole lot of smart decisions with all these DC, Marvel, both of them, not making any good smart decisions. Sony has had some crap movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they didn't include Spider-Man in them because they were being held back by contracts with
Sony.
Yeah, that too. But here's another character from the Spider-Man verse who's also a villain known as Screwball. She's kind of a prankster, a social media influencer type of baddie. Yeah,
She reminds me a little bit of Punch. Sorry.
It seemed like there was somebody
the girlfriend of. Wow, I cannot speak tonight. I'm sorry. Joker's new girlfriend. Something, and she's purple like that. Punchline, and she's purple like that, right?
Yeah.
Reminds me of her.
She also kind of reminds me of Yo-Yo, but
yeah, she's quite of nutty as well. I mean, social media can be addicting for folks. That she has to do bad stuff just to get attention.
Wasn't there a character like that in remember New Warriors? It was kind of like their introduction team.
Speedball.
Yeah, like a Speedball, right? Like they did like a New Mutants.
Is there a reason we're naming them after alcoholic drinks and illicit drugs at this point?
I think that's
Speedball. He would bounce off of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was responsible for the Civil
Cameras
War.
everywhere.
For the,
This is it.
Yeah,
he
I
was
remember
Can you
that.
hear
he
me?
was
Yeah.
the only
Hold on,
he was
I'm
the
gonna
only
rip the door
one of
down.
the New Warriors that survived the explosion.
Oh my God,
He
Spider-Man!
became
Spoilers.
I
penance.
can't thank you enough for the millions of clicks I just got.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Screwball.
crazy.
I
She's voiced by
know,
Stephanie
right?
Shea, the voice
You
of
should
Artemis
see
from
the
Young
look on your
Justice.
creepy
Oh,
moving
okay.
eye hole thingies. Oh,
Oh,
look!
Peter, break her phone.
More of my followers!
Seriously.
Screwball! Put us
Yeah.
on your feet!
TLDR. Show me.
Then
Her
tell them to
followers are
stop.
convicts.
Seriously, all her henchmen are just simps?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous too.
Plot twist.
Yeah, they had creativity back then before you started to F it all up in most sectors.
Come on!
LOL. What are you going to charge me with? I didn't actually do anything. It
Ah.
was all my fans.
Yeah.
She has a point. Gonna be hard to make anything stick.
For a spider-based hero, I'm really starting to hate the web.
Yep. And I concur.
His favorite thing is to surf the web. My favorite Laffy Taffy rapper joke.
That's one thing I think they're missing from the newer Spider-Man movies. He doesn't make as many wisecracks as he did in the comics or the cartoons.
Yeah.
Andrew
They need
Garfield
to
kind of
step-
did.
Yeah, Garfield did a lot more than anybody else, but yeah, they need to punch up his banter a little bit because that was
Yeah.
always one of the most fun parts about him.
Yep.
They make Tom Holland more chatty because he is kind of chatty even when he kind of started out with acting.
Yeah, I
But-
always say that Tom Holland feels a little bit more like that. And he does do sarcastic quips and stuff, but
Yeah,
not enough.
do a combination of Garfield and Holland a little bit, like
Yeah.
mix up their energies, kind of give a little bit more. That'll probably be a really good Peter Parker.
Yeah, here's Yuri Watanabe. He was someone that appeared as Spider-Man's ally in the first game up until she accidentally kills one of her fellow police officers while trying to go after a criminal called Hammerhead. Because of her guilt, she ended up turning into another street vigilante, calling herself Wrath.
Wrath.
Oh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Wrath. Kind of hostile too.
Righteous Indignation just is too long for a superhero name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and she kind of gets into disputes with Spider-Man as well. I mean,
Yeah.
look at that. She's attacking Spider-Man out of so much fury for someone named Yuri. Yeah, they even trimmed her hair short before having her put on that mask and gown.
She looks like a fighter off of Mortal Kombat or something.
Yeah, she kind of does with that mask.
Yeah.
Kind of resembles Sub-Zero, Scorpion, or Reptile, or something.
Yeah, one of the ninjas. She's kind of like halfway between one of the ninjas and one of the robots.
Even though she has Melina's color scheme almost. Well,
Yeah.
because she's purple. and Hammerhead. And there's Hammerhead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the cartoon.
Yeah, Hammerhead is definitely one of the villains. He's kind of weirdest looking, and mafia, and he's definitely pure mafia type.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of mafia type heroes in the or villains in the comic.
Yeah, he even called the Green Goblin Kermit. Yeah, I mean, Hammerhead in the
Ooh.
comics is said to have gotten that solid hammer or solid head from his father hitting him on the head with a hammer, which is really psychotic and inappropriate too. Which I
Oh
can
yeah.
see why they didn't use him in a live action movie just yet.
Well, that's what happens when your father destroys your frontal lobe.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, his head is solid iron. Yet he later appears in. Yet he in the video game ends up getting himself a more robotic body.
Oh wow.
Like,
Yeah, so
like
he goes full cyberpunk, basically.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, look at that hole in his head. Jeez, he's more like a Punisher villain than a Spider-Man villain with that solid iron head. It's freaky too.
Yep.
Ah, here's the scene where he says, "Keep laughing, Kermit," to the Green Goblin. Yeah, he usually wears brass knuckles on his wrist, on his arm.
Oh, don't we all?
Yep.
Hey, if a girl's wearing a ring on every finger, she might as well have brass knuckles.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. And you have Silvermane, who also known for using robotics.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he
Except-
was. He had a version in Spider Noir.
Yeah, Silvermane is the main gangster in
Yeah.
Spider Noir.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, and Cage's character had to play politics with him in order to bring him down.
Well, also, it's really funny because Silvermane's one of the few villains that they allowed to be old and get old. Mostly, like, Peter Parker's a teenager when we start, and most of his villains are adult, like, fully adult.
Yeah.
And yet, Peter Parker gets older, but the freaking villains don't seem to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doc
Silvermane-
Doc Ock
Okay.
has been 40 years old for 60 years.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, it's Silvermane is supposedly older when you meet him, but they also
Yeah.
let him age.
Yeah,
Most
he
of the
turns
rest of
into
them,
a
it's like there's
cyborg
just
as time goes on.
Oh.
I mean, look at that guy. I mean, it's like he needed to stay alive. That he needed to turn into cyborg or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the guy.
He's been a great version of Silvermane. He feels so much like a real 1930s Irish mobster. Like, he just feels so real in the role.
Definitely. Yeah, he sure was.
Well, I mean, think about it. Green Goblin is his best friend's father. And by the time he's well out of college and trying to live his own life, Green Goblin is still the same age and still attacking him the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he sure is, Tiny.
Harry's allowed to age, but his dad isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Well,
rules
no,
of
it's the
of
goblin
comic
serum.
book.
It keeps him young. Well, then there was that little time when he was dead for like 30 years, but that doesn't count. Well, no, it was only 20. My bad. 20 years.
But it had never occurred to me until we were just talking about Silvermane, and I realized that they let him age in the comics, and he's always been an older character to begin with, and that made me realize, wait, he's the only one.
Yeah.
Their version of Sandman in the Spider-Man is very interesting. He doesn't really feel. I mean, he can absorb bullets and stuff like Sandman, and you can see he's having trouble keeping his cohesion. But he doesn't have any of Sandman's moves. Like he's like the Sandman we know from modern comic books and stuff, is able to use his powers a lot more and is much more comfortable using his powers. And this guy really doesn't know what he's doing yet. And I'm interested to see if he makes it to season 2.
Yeah, Spider-Man 3 Sandman had the best use of his powers and abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could have been a great main villain if they had if they hadn't pushed Raimi into putting Venom in there right away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well. Oh, and there's Boomerang. Who's kind of like the Marvel variant of Captain Boomerang from DC.
Yep.
Didn't they put the Leaper in one of the live action movies? That crazy Frenchman?
Yeah, they did. Didn't they? Wasn't that Captain America?
Yes, yes, it was in one of the Captain America movies.
It was John St. Pierre, right? Played him.
Yeah, the Leaper with his thick French accent when he was always arguing with Spider-Man.
Yeah,
he was at the beginning of Winter Soldier.
Yeah. He wasn't nearly as funny and ridiculous as he is in most Spider-Man stuff, but at least he got it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boomerang is quite a cutting-edge villain foe of Spider-Man. And he doesn't
we're
mess
talking
around.
about back in the day where they were literally trying to create a villain from almost like every major known country or background as their inspiration. Mm-hmm. So we had the Frenchman, we've got the Aussie, we've got the Irishman.
Yeah.
The Russian.
Heroes too, like in the 80s, early 80s, like, you know, they were doing like, they even was one, like they had a gaucho, he was from Argentina.
Yeah, yeah.
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 And I always, of course, get him mixed up in my head. Spider-Man's Boomerang versus Captain Boomerang in DC.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now one carries a plush toy, the one without a plush toy.
Wow. Yeah, the unicorn.
Unicorn. Yeah, Unicorn is also an enemy of Iron Man. But Spider-Man villains, they seem to get more traction than the, you know. Oh, and you ever heard of Carmilla Black?
Name sounds vaguely familiar.
It does.
Hang on, Carmilla. Let's try Carmilla. Here we are. Carmilla Black. She's the female Scorpion.
Oh,
okay. Neat.
Yeah.
Never saw her before.
Yeah, she was introduced as the female Scorpion and as a female foe to Spider-Man.
When did she get created?
The year?
Yeah.
Well, let me check. 2005. Amazing Fantasy Volume 2, number 7.
Cool.
Yeah, I haven't read a whole lot from like the 2000s.
Yeah.
I've read a bunch of the crossovers. You know, I've read like The Secret Invasion, The Civil War, Annihilation, a bunch of those crossovers like that. But the majority of my knowledge is before 2000s. All those old 80s
early
and
2000s. I was in college and didn't have money for comics.
Yeah, around 2000. That was about the time I stopped collecting. That was the stories were starting to get a little ridiculous, and I was just like, okay, I think I've had enough for a while. So yeah, I've heard of some of today's stories, and I'm like, oh, I don't even think I could pick up a book today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting costume.
Right?
Yep.
That's
How can I make it look like I'm wearing a bikini even if I'm not wearing a bikini?
Hi, Latina Slant. How's it going there? And thank you. Every little bit helps too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's quite fascinating that comic book writers back then had a lot of great ideas. Up until we got into the 2010s, things started to start a real downturn. I mean, did we really even need Flashpoint to happen in DC? And did we really need to have another Secret Wars or a Civil War in the Marvel?
Well, that's the thing. Aren't we in like our third Flashpoint or something? And like third, even like Civil War?
They flashpointed for New 52, and then they flashpointed S for Rebirth, I believe.
Yeah, it's almost like like Battle World. We did Battle World in Marvel, like 3 times already.
Well, with DC kind of got into the habit of kind of doing a reboot every 10 years. They had the Crisis on Infinite Earths in the 80s. In the 90s, they had Zero Hour. In the 2010s, they did Flashpoint, and then they did the Rebirth or whatever. So yeah, it's like every 10 years they're rebooting now.
Which is ridiculous.
It's like
it's going to bring in younger audiences because we're restarting, so the youth can start with us fresh. It's like, except you don't give the characters the background that they have from the traditional storylines. So no. Like, you're just using it as an excuse to change these characters because you don't have enough imagination to give them new stories.
Right.
Yep. That's true.
And this we have Silk, which is just like, what is she? Isn't she like Filipina Spider-Man?
Yeah.
And they now have that Sunfire, whatever, trans.
Oh, my name is Sunfire, the daughter thing?
No. That's totally different.
Starfire.
This is a spider person. This is a trans spider person with a disability, and she swings around New York with her wheelchair attached to her back.
And she shoots the webs from like the crutches, right?
Yeah.
I was at San Diego Comic-Con a couple years ago. I like to go to the cons. I went to New York Comic-Con from 2010 all the way through until I moved to California. I like to dress up. I do some cosplay, but I'm in my wheelchair because I can't go far without it.
Right.
And this twink walks up to me and she kneels down. So she's looking me eye in eye. She goes, there's a superhero for you now. And I'm like, bitch, you are so lucky I'm not feeling like I can get out of the chair right now. I was ready to strangle her. I'm like, you know what? I had a superhero. Her name was fucking Oracle, and they stole her from me.
They did steal Oracle.
I'm sorry, that there are now so many spider characters, and they've gone like so crazy with trying to fit every version of a woke checklist into every. I find the idea of swinging around Manhattan with a wheelchair strapped to your back ridiculous.
Yeah, and the whole thing is just like, you have the ones who claim they're so ableist, are usually the ones who try to degrade the most. It's like, dude, I can dress up whatever the heck I want. I don't have to get your opinion on like, oh, but now you can get one specifically for you. It's like, the heck, maybe I don't like the character. Who are you? Now thank you for giving me permission, oh Supreme Ruler.
I just this idea that the new Marvel has more inclusivity because everyone can see themselves in at least one of these heroes. So you made dozens and dozens of bland two-dimensional heroes so that people can supposedly see themselves, but you don't have the time and energy to actually give them lore or backstory or any reason why we should connect to them, except for the fact that supposedly they look like us or they have the same disabilities as us. Are you out of your mind?
Don't you feel seen?
Oracle was a badass. She took out 12 guys from her chair just with batons. She became the top hacking whatever. She was the intelligence background for all these other heroes. She was so impressive. And then they give her like magic back surgery and she's back to being Batgirl. We have enough Bat families. We needed Oracle.
Yeah.
Sorry, personal soapbox.
Yeah.
No, keep going. Seriously, that's cool.
I just they act like
Yeah, I
there was
remember.
never any representation in the 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s. And I'm sorry, there was for most people and in most things.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
they're-
kind of like,
Well-
same thing with, like even Black Panther. It's like
Yeah.
you gave us Black Panther, but just because, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. But we recast Batman, we recast Superman, but you
Yeah.
can't recast T'Challa. And then you're like,
Even his
Oh, but
family
let's-
said that they should
yeah.
recast it.
Yep.
let's leave
Yeah.
his kid and his wife, without a father. No, that's really great representation, Marvel. Thank you.
And
Yeah, fatherlessness in Black communities.
Fatherlessness in the Black community. No, never thought about that one. Or giving, what do you call it? Sam Wilson, Captain America, money problems with the bank, and with this like,
really? Oh my god.
yes, like and they did it in Winter Soldier. Like he couldn't get a loan, and it's
Yeah.
like, didn't you like
Yeah.
were friends with Tony Stark and stuff like that? It's like,
Not to
Well,
mention all of the banking laws that allow for that to happen were completely destroyed,
yeah,
and it's not legal, and no one can do that anymore. Or if they do that, you can easily sue the bank and become a fucking millionaire.
no, civil rights laws were outlawed with the snap. That's what happened.
Right.
No.
Well, look at they had graffiti Thor and everything too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
gosh.
also when they had Bucky go to Wakanda at one point, I was flipping out
Yeah.
because there's a character. Now, normally it's not Bucky; it's an adopted brother of T'Challa's. But there's a character from the Black Panther universe named White Wolf, who is a
White
white guy who works for Black Panther like a Black Panther. He's just called White Wolf instead of Black Panther. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, are they actually going to give White Wolf a fucking movie? Nope, not at all.
No, they said, oh, well,
Wasted him.
Bucky's White Wolf. And it's like, okay, well, all right.
They basically had to take Bucky and turn him into the Thunderbolts babysitter.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
That's kind of all he was. With
Well, it's like they had
So
such a
that's the way
good
they took out
concept
his
with
arm.
him. They had a good concept with him to eventually redeem himself and have Steve pass over the shield, but instead they went with Sam to appeal to what? Just,
Modern audiences.
yeah,
Yeah.
basically. And it's like,
And modern audiences didn't show up.
and here's the thing: everybody liked Sam Wilson as Falcon, but making him Falcon America just looked.
Well, also,
weird.
it's once again, they took a character that was supposed to be a genius and just decided he doesn't need to be smart. Or Sam Wilson created his own wings originally. Sam
Mhm.
Wilson figured out how to psychically connect with a hawk or a falcon and actually could speak to it. He created most of his tech. He was super genius, and he was supposed to be the next one to kind of take over for Tony Stark in the Avengers eventually as like the tech guy.
yeah.
Yep.
But no.
Now he's a stupid
He's a
jock.
soldier that the government gave him his wings. He's done nothing for himself. He has no independence to stand on. He's just a DEI hire, which
Well,
is
look what they did to. Well, they also made Ironheart. They made her basically just a criminal with a suit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Representation,
Ironheart
guys.
was the prequel to a villain's. That's a villain's origin story, not a hero's origin story.
They don't know how to write heroes because they hate heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who would have thought that Mephisto would be a great intro into Ironheart?
It's so ridiculous.
They don't know what they're doing, and they kind of do. They know that they just want to destroy everything that people love, and that's kind of the issue I have with DC. It's like the people running these companies just want to run them into the ground.
Yep.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Silk, going back to this, Silk is one of the characters that I kind of dig her costume. I think it's kind of cool. It's kind of almost like a bandita type of thing. So I was like,
Yeah. she
that's
almost
actually a
looks like-
different costume, right? It's
Yeah,
not
she almost
everything.
looks like
Yeah.
Alita from Battle Angel.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like the ninja
And-
version of Spider Girl.
Yeah, and the pop of red in the mask, it it makes it so like cool. It's almost like a Sorrow type of thing, to where it pops. Even the costume, when I see cosplayers do it, It just pops. It was a great design for it, and and it's like, and isn't she like a cousin or something, or?
I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I guess this was past when I stopped reading, but I just thought, man, that's a costume. I was like, it doesn't look like, oh, we just make it a different color,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was well designed, I think.
It's much more uniquely hers look.
Yeah, very much so.
Definitely hers.
Yeah,
and there's it feels like it had a little bit of inspiration from like Elektra from the 90s.
Yeah. Gosh, we wish we had more Elektra from the 90s. So.
Yeah. Here are more of the
Not that
Inheritors.
horrible movie.
Here's more of the
Inheritors. That's
Inheritors.
just evil.
Yeah, they all look evil looking.
Yeah.
But they're multi-dimensional. So they're in a pocket dimension where they gather around to rest before going out to hunting spiders. They were introduced later.
Is that a Spider-Punk? Is that head a Spider-Punk? Kind of up on the right. Yeah, it kind of looks like a Spider-Punk head.
Mm-hmm.
I always liked Spider-Punk.
Yeah. Yeah. They even wanted, Spider-Punk. Something crazy like that.
Yeah, I have a HeroClix figure and a Lego figure of Spider-Punk because I like him.
Did you see the Hot Toys one?
I have not.
See, what if they did like more of a movie like this, like having people hunt Spider-Man and introduce more of the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, Spider-Punk is really crazy. But hi, Emily. Thanks for coming in.
Hi, Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Yep, she's quite a friendly one. I had her on as my first female guest and co-host back when I was starting my live streams in 2024.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hulk was the subject at the time.
Like, I'm sorry I keep bringing it up, but it's just funny because the Jim Butcher book really it's the people who hunt animal totems that are hunting Spider-Man in that story, in that book. So
yeah,
you like the idea of those characters and you like the idea of someone hunting Spider-Man, it's actually that's the story for you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Real sinister looking.
It would be an interesting movie concept.
It would. It really would.
Yeah, and they kind of look like they're taken out of anime and other certain genres and shows and brought into this format of comic universe.
Even if they did it like an animated series, that would be kind of cool.
Well, I mean,
these guys would have fit in with the whole multiverse saga that they've been doing.
Yep.
It's like these guys travel the multiverse. This would have been a perfect opportunity to bring them in.
Yeah, do it for like the next movie or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have also used them in the animated Spider-Man universes, but they decided to go with
Spider-Verse or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they decided to go with someone more appropriate for their cause.
Yeah. The Spot. That guy was so ridiculous, but
he was a gag villain.
Was fun. Yeah.
Basically, the black and white version of Polka Dot Man.
He kept making Peter punch himself in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could turn his Spot interdimensional, like whatever.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
But once you think about him as a villain, like what he can do is kind of frightening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Suck you into my black hole universe, okay, man, stay away from
he was
that
mostly always used as a gag villain, but he actually had very terrifying powers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been falling for 30 minutes.
Well, I mean, also the making it animated makes a lot of sense because so far most of the animated movies have been much closer to the comics than any of the live action stuff has.
Yeah.
You have a lot more creative freeway to do with stuff with animation than you do with live action, because with live action you feel very limited.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you blow up a city in live action, it costs a lot of money. If you're doing it animated, and you decide you blow up the city and then you decide you don't need it, it still doesn't cost you anything extra because it's animated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like even if you did like similar animation to like I was gonna say like Blood is Deuce would be like a cool animation style for Spider-Man.
Yeah. He was also quite a cow of a pig, and a big pain in the ass for Miles to handle in the animated film.
Mm-hmm.
His real name's Dr. Owen. And much like the animated series from the 90s, he and this animated sequel, Across the Spider-Verse, worked for Kingpin as one of his top scientists.
Oh, yeah.
Don't think I remembered that. Cool.
I did. Yeah. Yeah, it's been quite a long time since I watched any of the old animated series episodes, but I never forget one bit. And wow, man, look at that. What a gut.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was stealing food before going after Miles and his friends for humiliating him.
Yep.
Yeah. Like so most people only know Miles Morales as Miles Morales, but it's like so when I'm not too familiar with most of his stuff other than the few topics I've heard people talking about, but it's like, what would he go by to protect his identity? Does he go by Spider-Man or Spider-Kid? Like it would be, because everyone would say Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So, and they always say Miles
Well, they
Morales.
brought him into the main universe. I don't know what he calls himself, but I've seen things of him fighting alongside Peter Parker, like our Peter Parker, not the ultimate Peter Parker one. So
yeah,
I don't know what he calls himself though.
well, it's like Spider-Man to me feels like Peter Parker, so it's like he would need a different something to separate himself, set himself apart from Spider-Man. Like it would just feel weird to not have Peter Parker as Spider-Man. I mean, I know like other heroes like pass their mantles on, but for Spider-Man, it just like
I don't look at Spider-Man as a mantle that you pass down. Peter Parker is Spider-Man. That's
what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
Miles Morales would need his own name to establish himself.
Yeah.
Separately from Peter Parker.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna have to call it in because it's almost midnight here. But thanks again for coming on, guys. It was really yeah. Thank you again, all of you.
Sorry, I was late.
No problem, Tiny. I'm glad you came back.
I'm really glad.
Actually, I wasn't late. I was in island time. So. That's what I've been told. I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, me too. And do stay safe, guys, because here in my area, I've got some smoke clouds flying above the sky, which is turning it yellow, and it doesn't look good and it's considered air pollution. So it's always important to look out for oneself too.
Yeah.
Well, I've still got idiots setting off fireworks in my neighborhood.
Oh wow!
Like, guys, the 4th was over a while ago, but middle of the night on a Wednesday or a Thursday, suddenly, boom! Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I know. Wow. Even before 4th of July, people set off fireworks in the summer.
That, and I'm convinced there's a group of racers that use the road just 2 streets down from me in the middle of the night. I'm like, are you busy on the weekends? Is there some reason that you're revving your engines and racing in the middle of a residential area? I mean,
obviously, you're not too fast and too furious. It's all about family.
Well, it's.
Why don't you like family?
They all think they live in too fast. They all think you live in Fast and the Furious.
Right. Yeah. Well, guys, time to close out. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Have a good day, everybody.
Yep. I'll see you guys next stream when I get in touch with each of you. Take care, everybody, and have a good night.
Peace, love, and hair grease.
Yep. Farewell, guys.
I'll talk.